What's up, everybody? How's it going? It's time for the 2025 year recap. So, if you haven't seen any of my seasonal recaps, check out the channel chats playlist. Pretty much on the solstice and equinoxes, I try to just update everybody about what's going on in my life, either with bands or personal, in regards to health and music, just to see if anybody out there relates to what I'm going through. See if anyone can, relate to what's going on. So, let's see if I can not fly through this, because sometimes these videos take a good half an hour, and I've tried uploading a different video twice, only at 24 minutes. I don't know what's going on with all my gear here, but we're going to try to shrink this down. So, the beginning of the year, January, obviously, started out with Blue Jay and the Pigeons getting ready for the studio. We, as the band members, I should say, Derek, Wes, KJ, and myself, we hit the studio first in February. I think we did all of our stuff in 4 days. I think it was 1 day to set up. Second day we did drums. I think the third day, I think it was bass. I don't remember if Derek went in and did overdubs. I think he just did everything the same 2 takes as Wes did. Wes did his drums in one session, 2 takes max. That was phenomenal. We didn't have to go back and redo anything for him. It was great. Since my guitars were recorded a little differently, I know I just got a new ring light. You can see the reflection on my glasses. You're gonna have to get used to it, guys. I have to get used to it too. Not this one, but I had the Mach 2 version of the Boss Katana head. We used the record out to go into John Wall from Wall of Sound. That's where we went to record. We used that to go to, I want to say, his interface or mixer or something, to where basically we can use headphones to hear my guitar and bass and the drums, even though the drums are right in front of us. Keyboards were in the headphones. Drums were not, because he was right there. We were all in the same room, so we did everything live together. I later on went and we mic'd up my orange 2x12, my 4x12 to capture the guitars, including the solos and all that stuff. I went in, I think, like the last day of when the band was finished. And then the singers went in March, and I think how long did they take? I think they took the same amount of time. I think day 1 was background singers, day 2 was also background singers, and then day 3 I think was all Jeff and Edward. I'm pretty sure that's how it went. Then we started mixing, we started getting some rough mixes back and realized, we messed that up, we messed this up. So thankfully they were just the rough mixes. We can easily just go back and fix things. I had to go back and fix 2 solos. I think KJ had to fix 1 keyboard part, if that. I don't remember. I think he did his pretty much the same day as well. That was February and March, and then on March 30th, I'm looking at Instagram memories here. Blue Jay played a show. I think at this point Derek had already left for Colorado. I think his last show was with us back in December, I think. We played the Albuquerque Social Club, I think, for their Christmas event. I don't remember. It wasn't in January he played with us before the studio. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry, Derek. I'm sure if you see this, please comment when your last show with us was. But March 25th, we played a show to raise money for Truman Health for transgender care. We had a fill-in person. His name was Beck. I think he had like a week to learn the set. He did a great job. Let's see. The show after that was, we played, let's check this one, June 22nd. Now, we did a show before that too, didn't we? Maybe not. We played a fashion show. We were the band for the fashion show. It was great. It was at the Lobo Theater. That was new for me and Jeff, everyone in the band. Frankly, none of us ever played there before. Lobo Theater was a church for a while, and then I think the church sold it or moved out or something, but people who know how to run a venue bought it, and we played there. It was fantastic. Played such a big stage. I wish I would have had a wireless guitar for that one. There's so much room. There was actually, since it's a fashion show, they had a runway. I could have gone out for my solo, but sadly, my 30-foot cable didn't even reach, I think, a fourth of that runway, because my stuff was all the way in the back. That show was a lot of fun. I'm glad we got our foot in the door for that one, because I'm fast forwarding to a few days from now. This is being recorded on the 27th of December. It's going to be uploaded on New Year's Eve. We're playing New Year's Eve at the Lobo Theater for their New Year's Eve party. I know I said New Year's Eve a lot in a sentence. They called us. I think it was October It was after the cover show, which I'll get to here in a minute. They called us and asked, hey, can you guys play our show? We're like, absolutely, we can play our show. So before I get too ahead of myself, let's see, what other shows do we have? Let me go to the Blue Jay Facebook. Oh yeah, the fair gigs. Those were September. No, hold on, we got a couple more here. Here we go. Let's see. June 8th, we played a gun violence awareness event, which was at, let's see, Nuevo Trisco. I can't say that right. Spanish was not my first language, but it was the west side of town. It was an outdoor event to raise gun violence awareness, and that was a good show. Just really hot, being that it was June. Even in the shade, it was still like 90 degrees. But we got through it. It was great. Thankfully, the DJ saved the day. The PA that the promoter brought was good, but we needed just a little bit more, being that we have so many vocals. So thankfully, the DJ was like, "Oh, just use my stuff. It's already set up." So we just plugged into his PA. So that was a game changer for us. Let's see what else. Then after that, we played. So we played July 12th at Rio Bravo Brewery for Slasher Bash, which was a horror-themed summer camp thing done here by a local horror company. I forget the name. I'm totally sorry. We played that. It was in the middle of the day, still pretty hot, but thankfully we had some shade. There was a time of the day where our mixing board was directly in the sun, to where it started to get hot to the touch. I threw a blanket over it. It was still hot, but definitely nothing overheated, nothing tripped, nothing broke, nothing melted. So thankfully that didn't happen. That was Teddy's second gig. Sorry, Blue Jay and the Pigeons did get a bass player. His name is Teddy. He's Wes's best friends. They've been best friends since high school. The first show that Teddy played with us was the gun violence show, gun violence awareness show. I need to say that properly. That was his first gig, and man, what a bass player. He keeps us on our toes. He knows theory. He knows where he's playing. He knows why he's playing it. He can easily hear a song and just pick up the bass and just do it. He encourages us, without saying it, for us to really step up our game and learn our instruments. Because this guy, he can and has been offered to play gigs that pay him thousands of dollars. And he takes it, and I don't blame him. I would too. That's why Beck actually had to fill in for the show, because Teddy was going to play that particular show, but he got offered a gig that he could not refuse. I don't blame him. I would have taken it as well. So I try to keep up just with my knowledge stuff. That's also why I'm taking the Bradley Hall Guitar School stuff. So Teddy doesn't get bored and split. I don't want to waste his time. He can be in any band he wants. He can play guitar. He can sing. He can obviously play bass. He can do live mixes. He can do production. I mean, yeah, I'm not wasting this guy's time. I'm going to make it worth it as best I can. Thankfully, he enjoys us, as in our music, and we hang out. We're good people. So he's been a blast to have in the band. It's really killer to have a rhythm section that already knows how to speak to one another. When it comes to certain parts, Jeff just lets them handle it, and they get it. There's no worries there. It's amazing. Sorry about that. After the summer show, we played the State Fair on September 7th. I don't think we had an August gig. I'm not seeing anything in memories that were August shows. I think August we had off. I'm pretty sure. I'm not seeing anything for that. So yeah, we played Sunday the 7th for the unofficial Out at the Fair. If anyone knows anything about Out at the Fair, it was a company out in California that had, I guess you can call it gay days at the fair, kind of like gay day at Disneyland or Disney World or whatever it is. But sadly, with the current administration, their funding was cut, and they couldn't do Out at the Fair. But thankfully, we live in a progressive state that allows people to express themselves and actually lets people think for themselves. And the people at the fairgrounds, thankfully, was like, oh, we'll put on an unofficial gay day. We just won't call it that, but you guys can definitely play this one. You've already played it before. And then we were also asked to play September the 11th. And brings me to those two shows. The Sunday show was phenomenal. All 9 of us were there. Everybody was on par. Everybody was just singing Their vocals were just warmed up. Everyone's hands were warmed up. It was just an amazing show. Probably one of the best shows we've had this entire year was that one for sure. That's one that stands out to me. It was just, everything was on fire. The sound guy was just, he was on it. He knew how to mix us without trying to adjust things while we were playing. The only weird thing for me personally is that the fairgrounds got all new backline gear, because the previous years we played, they had like Marshall stacks and certain Fender amps that had distortion. These new Fender amps had no gain whatsoever. Thankfully, I had with me my trusty Horizon Devices Precision Drive. I have to say it like that because I get tongue-tied. I had this with me now. This isn't really an overdrive per se, because I noticed the more gain I turn up, the clean guitar was still on top of it. So it was a weird sounding gig for me. But I think for the fair, it made sense, because I think if I would have brought my smaller Katana head, the Mach 2, I don't have the smaller version of this yet, I think it would have been too aggressive for that type of environment. I'm going to try it next year though. I have some other gain settings I can use. I just have to run into the house so the sound guy can have full control of my stuff, which is fine, because the stage volume I had to have almost completely off. The Fender amp was great when you cranked it to 10. It definitely had the 2 breakup, the gain sound. So that was amazing, but that was way too loud for the stage, especially for something like that. They don't want you to be super loud, especially since we were out in the middle of the day. It wasn't like a, closing the fair day or whatever. It was, I think the 7th one we were on at 2:30, and then the one on the 11th we were on like at 1 o'clock. So we were the first band of the day on September 11th. Which brings me to that show. That show was interesting because 2 members were sick with COVID. I was getting over bronchitis pneumonia. KJ was starting to develop what I kind of have, but thankfully didn't go full blown. He got ahead of the game and saw the doctor and was already put on meds, to where I was sadly a day late, which almost ended up me in the hospital. I was also diagnosed with cancer that day. I have what's called lymphocytic leukemia, and right now it's in the chronic phase, which is good. It's when it becomes acute is when you start treatment. I'm nowhere near that. My blood levels for the most part are normal, except for the one white blood cell that's just up and down, up and down. It's normal, it's high, it's normal, it's high. But the doctor isn't saying, okay, it's high, start treatment, because nothing else is being affected. I've spoken to 3 specialists about this, and they all agreed that I don't need treatment, because this type of blood cancer kind of just chills out. As strange as that is, it doesn't spread to organs, it affects the blood. Don't get me wrong, it's cancer. But even, there are several different, I'm trying to just go off thoughts here. There are different treatment options for this one, to where other ones, you could try it, or you can't try any of it. I lucked out. As strange as that sounds, despite all that, I feel healthy, I feel fine. Even though in the fall I was super sick around this time, I was on a certain medication for diabetes that you inject once a week. Now, the first 2 shots are great. The 3rd shot and 4th shot weren't so hot, but I didn't know until afterwards. I kept getting food poisoning like every Saturday, and I couldn't figure out why. The first time I thought, I just had a bad burrito with green chili, because green chili can have as much salmonella as chicken if you don't cook it right. And then the next Saturday, KJ and I had pizza, exact same pizza. I got sick and he didn't. So I'm like, what is going on here? So then I was off the med for 2 weeks, because where I live, insurance companies make you jump through hoops to get your medication. And I went 2 weeks with no diabetic meds, even my old ones. I had nothing. That being said, I felt okay, but not really. Bright side, since I was sick with bronchitis pneumonia, I should say, I wasn't eating much because I wasn't hungry. And the diabetic meds, they help you lose weight, to where when I finally got the med renewed, I had to up the dose. So I took the new dose, which is basically 2 shots in 1. I was sick the next day. It was horrible. Went to urgent care, explained what was going on. I said, why am I getting sick every now and then, or X amount of days after I eat, or X amount of hours now at this point. And the urgent care doctor said, well, you're on this med, and these are the side effects. She said, if you can handle it, keep going. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll keep trying. Then it came to the second shot, and that was it. I just couldn't do it. I had severe headaches from dehydration. I wasn't eating because I guess this med suppresses hunger, suppresses appetite. You're starving yourself. You're basically starving yourself to where your body starts eating fat and muscle to survive. And another kicker for this, one of the side effects is gastroparalysis. So after calling my doctor, and they explained that the side effects can last up to a month, I said, no, I'm not doing this. Put me back on my old medication. I'll do it the old school way. It'll take longer, because the goal was to be on that med to lose weight quicker to get off the med. Well, that didn't work out. So I lost 17 pounds in 3 weeks, which is not good. I looked fantastic, but at the expense of my physical well-being was not worth it. And sadly, if you lose weight like that too fast, your body decides to put it back on, if you even eat a little bit of food. So I pretty much gained it back. I think right now I'm sitting at 220, so not all of it back, I take that back. I went from 235 to 217. I think that's 17 pounds. No, 215. No. Either way, yeah. Give or take 15, 17 pounds, whatever. I lost it so fast that I just gained a little bit, but I'm at 220 again. I just can't seem to shake that. It's really just bothersome. So that was the September 11th gig. Not only were two of the band members out sick, most of us were sick. I was diagnosed with cancer. We got through the show. I wasn't that miserable. I was pretty sad, don't get me wrong. I wasn't like, oh, got this leukemia. Oh well. I wasn't acting like that at all. The doctor had to spell it out for me, because when you hear the words leukemia, you think, well, what's my time left? You got a year or less in some cases. That's not my case, thankfully. And I had to have him slowly explain that to me. Not that I was hysterical or freaking out. He's very intelligent and speaks like a doctor/scientist. It's crazy. To where I had to say, dude, I'm the Joey of the Friends group. Dumb it down a bit, bro. And he did. So that was September 11th. But thankfully the show was good. We were the first band of the day, so we didn't have to rush to set up and get off stage. And we were invited back. So we're doing, again, unofficial gay day, and then just your average day at the fair. So that was great. And then we played, the show after that was the cover show at Launchpad. We were Grease. And I think from September and August, after the fair gigs, we didn't play in August, that's right. Oh, August, September, October. I can't even get my months right. After the fair gig, we pretty much prepared for the Grease stuff. We did pretty much all the songs in a medley. I think 4 songs we played in their entirety, and the other ones we chopped up to where it's like, we're going to do a minute of this song, we're going to do 2 minutes of that one, and yada yada. And the night we played was sold out. Not because of us. It was the last night of the entire event for the entire month. Red Light Cameras was on before us. I forget who they were. They were definitely the draw. The promoter put us on after them, which, okay, I would have said, oh, can we please go after, the Red Light Camera band? Because they were obviously the bigger draw. But he knew what he was doing. I mean, we trust that dude. He's been booking us since we've been starting, and he's known me and Jeff since the Vertigo Venus days. So it still worked out. I mean, we still had a good crowd, not as big as theirs. But again, if you like Grease, you like Grease. It's not like, oh, I'm going to a show and see a band play Grease songs, and I kind of like it. So people who love that movie and musical were there to see us. So we definitely had a good crowd. And it was worth it because musically we had to get, really just on par. Some of the songs we had to bring a lot of notes and stuff just to read through it. So yeah, after the cover show, I think that was supposed to be it for the year. And then the Lobo Theater called us. But in between stuff, my stepdad and I have kind of returned to the scene. The Mark McKee Experience was just me and my stepdad playing guitar wankery over backing tracks with drums and bass and MIDI stuff. And we played a show, October 13th. Was it October 13th? Was it before the cover show? Yes, it was before the cover show. That was our return to the scene. We haven't played live since 2023, after my mom passed away. I think a year after my mom passed away. It was good. We played at another brewery. The same promoter who did the gun violence prevention show asked us to play a show for a company called, nonprofit company, I should say, called Kids Cooks, or Kids Cooks. I just said that twice. And basically, it's just a company that teaches kids how to cook food and how to be a chef. Helped them raise money, and I think they exceeded what they wanted. So not because of us, there were other bands there, but we were definitely there to help, and I'm glad we did. Andy's a killer dude. I hope that he books Mark and I some more, and Blue Jay and the Pigeons. So Andy, if you see this, thank you very much. And Barney, thank you very much as well for also booking us, and Josh at the fair, and what is your name, dude? I'm so sorry. Jesse at the fairgrounds too. Thanks to all the promoters and bookers who booked Blue Jay and the Pigeons and the Mark McKee Experience. Mark and I played this past, what was it, not weekend, I think we played, when was that? I gotta look now. It was December 13th we played again at Ponderosa Brewery for our friend Alex. She runs a monthly market there. We played for her, it was November 8th, that's what it was. November 8th, Mark and I played for the fundraiser show, and then the 13th of December we played again at the Ponderosa Brewery, which I'm glad was better this time. The first time I played Ponderosa with Blue Jay, it didn't go so well. It was kind of my fault. I kind of brought down the energy. It's a long story, I'm not going to get into it. Things went wrong for set number 2, and I didn't handle it right. Certain things were turned up which they should not have been. Things sounded terrible when they should not have been, because they were already set for the first set, and I didn't handle it. My energy brought everybody's energy down, and it was a bad experience. So I'm glad that Alex invited at least Mark and I to play there. I feel I've redeemed myself. I've already apologized to the band and made right with them for that particular show. So that brings us to, back to the record. It's done. If you go to the Blue Jay and the Pigeons YouTube page, you can hear our cover, Santa Baby. I purchased a DistroKid profile for Blue Jay and the Pigeons and my own personal music, Chris Can Guitar. It was going to be all the rage, but I figured I already have a YouTube page, I already have an Instagram called that, so we're just going to call it that. It's going to be Chris Cannon featuring, like, for instance, Antonio. I can't say your last name, save my ass, even though I've known you for almost 10 years now. I think it's Padilla, drummer. You can check him out at Poor Man's Drumming. Aaron from Futilitarian does a guest solo in one of my songs. And then Different Mark was the vocalist for All the Rage. Since that band kind of stopped, I asked Mark, hey, I still got this punk music, you want to throw down your vocals? He already had vocals ready. So we're going to release that as time goes on, as singles and whatnot. Also under DistroKid stuff, so look for that. Yeah, what a crazy year. It's just between the recording stuff and paying so much money for it, which is worth it, don't get me wrong. I'd like to thank John Wall over at Wall of Sound for recording us and working with us and being just fucking cool. Yeah, all the promoters and my friends and family and Blue Jay and the Pigeons for being together, and Mark and I for playing guitar wankery again, and for Chris Can Guitar Music for getting all that done, with Mark and Antonio for working hard. That's what I meant to say, for working to get it done. What's coming up next? Yeah, we just got the New Year's Eve show, and then I'm having surgery again, just like last April. That's why we didn't play in April. After, I think it was a week after my week or two after I was done in the studio, I'd have hernia surgery. Something like that. It was either, it was when the vocalists were going in the studio, that's right. So February I recorded and then got ready for surgery, and I'm doing that again. The reason being is the doctors think, and I agree, since I got so sick in September and I dropped all that weight, I lost a lot of body fat, which was fantastic. But when fat is suppressing or stretching or squeezing or moving and shifting muscles, and the fat's not there, your muscles are just waving around. And I stepped into a car, and I just felt this rip in my upper left hip, right above where the last hernia was. And then got a CT, not a CT scan. I got an ultrasound. Thank God they found it the first one, because the last time I had to go through this, it took them 3 ultrasounds and 1 CT scan to find them. This time it didn't happen that way. Just got one scan done, whatever. And then I go to work the next day, the right side rips. So I have what's called a bilateral hernia. Both of my hips, basically on the left and the right, are mirrored to where both muscles are torn. That being said, it's not as bad as the last time. The last time it affected other things south. If you ever have inguinal hernias, you know what I'm talking about. Thankfully, these are just hip muscles. I can still do things. Leaning down hurts. You know, I can't squat, I can't deadlift, I can't do any of that stuff. Even like reaching for something puts stress on it. So sitting down right now, I'm okay. Last time was excruciatingly painful. Now I'm good. So after the New Year's gig, I have to get ready for that. It's on January 6th, which is also my 46th birthday. Happy birthday to me. I get to go get sliced open. Instead of slicing some cake, the doctor's gonna slice me open. But then I'm off work for some time. I'm really gonna heal and, you know, just get things properly just set to where my nutrition's gonna be on par. I got a plan to just go raw vegan as possible. Or when I come back to work and to the gym and the music scene, I'll be healthier, I'll be more in shape. So yeah, this year, what a ride, man. From recording to playing live to being sick to cancer diagnoses, to last minute gigs that are gonna be a blast, to surgery scheduling. Wow. I hope 2026, I mean, it's gonna start off rough with me having surgery. I hope that's all I have to go through. But that's it, guys. This video is going on pretty lengthy. Hit subscribe and that bell. I'll put links to check out the Blue Jay stuff and the Mark McKee stuff and Antonio's channel, all that stuff. Thanks to everybody who subscribed this year and commented and liked or disliked. Yeah, thank you guys so much. I hope next year I get even more subscribers and stuff. And if there's a playlist you guys like, just hit play and watch it. Let me know what you guys want to see, because I know my channel's kind of schizophrenic. I have, you know, demos of gear, I have random riffs, I have Swola challenges, I have channel chats, I have small lessons and what if scenarios that I think are funny but they're not going anywhere. What do you guys want to see? Let me know. Happy New Year, and we'll see you in 2026.